Hi everyone, welcome to Real Talk Beyond the Dental Chair. My name is Inma Steffe and I am your host. I don't even know where to start today's episode, but I'll be honest with you. I wasn't even going to record this week. I have been feeling really heavy. I have been drained by everything happening in the world, and my first thought was maybe I should just skip this week. But then I thought I will not be defeated. If I stay quiet, if I don't say anything, it feels like I'm letting the darkness, the violence, the hate win, and I cannot do that. So I pressed record, and today I want to talk about something that's been waiting on me deeply: respect, compassion, and what it means to hold on to our humanity when the world feels so divided. With social media and cameras everywhere, I feel like we are being shown too much. There is constant streams of violence, tragedy, and death. And it is right there on our screens. You can't escape it. And the truth is, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Recently, I came across Irina in Charlotte and then Charlie Kirk. These aren't just headlines. They're images burned into your memory. They wait on you. They're things that I just cannot fathom. And one of them is all the shooting in the schools, all those innocent lives, the killing of this girl, Irina, a girl that came here escaping war, and the fact that it was even people around her and nobody helped her. That is disgusting, you guys. It's disgusting. It's inhumane. Okay, so if somebody is killing her and this guy has a knife and you are in fear for your life, I can understand that. But if after everything was done and you saw all of that, how don't you get up and help her? How can you pass by this innocent human life and just leave her there? She was crying as she was bleeding to death. Maybe she would have a chance if any of them would stop by and help her. But they didn't. They saw her collapsed and they just passed by. That really got me, guys. The amount of dehumanization. How can you do that? Cannot even imagine how the family must to feel watching that. And then I was scrolling and I just came across the one with Charlie Kirk. I wasn't expecting to see that. I was just watching him talking and all of this sudden he fell. I wish I can go back and unsee those images. I can only imagine how the family and friends must be feeling right now. And how can we just see that? Like I said, this month has already been very heavy with the shootings at school, Irina's, and then Charlie Kirk. That was the last drop for me. It pushed me into this place where I couldn't just scroll by anymore. And what really breaks me is seeing people celebrating it. I mean, people laughing, cheering, mocking the death of a human being, celebrating violence. I did not know Charlie Kirk personally. And to be honest, I have seen several of his videos that have come through my feed, not now, but over the years. And I didn't always agree with his views. But here's the thing. I respected that he had them and that he stood by them. What I admired about him as a young man was his drive and his willingness to engage in debate. And not only debates for the sake of arguing, but in a calm, respectful way. That takes courage, especially in today's world where shouting and canceling seems to be the norm. He didn't back down from the tough conversations. And whether you agreed or disagreed with him, you could see his passion and commitment. That is something I believe we should value. We have to respect each other, guys. And the thing is that hate consumes you. It doesn't hurt the person you hate nearly as much as it poisons you. Hate makes you miserable because we are not made to carry that kind of burden. And while people are cheering, I keep thinking about the innocent life that will never see their future. Those children that will never grow up to be adults. That young lady that it will never see where her future will take her. It doesn't matter how you look like or who you are. It matters that you are a human. So I keep thinking about all the families left behind. When I saw that image of Charlie's wife weeping at his casket, this got really, really close to my heart because I had lived that with my father, somebody that I loved deeply. But to see her like that, it really broke me. It reminded me of when I saw my own father's body at this funeral. I kissed him goodbye, but he wasn't there anymore. His body was cold like ice. His last ounce of life has left him. And I felt so lonely, so broken, so helpless and defeated. And I imagine that that's exactly how she felt. Devastated, shattered, holding on to someone she loved who was not longer there. That is the human side of these tragedies that gets lost when we let politics and hate to take over. So when I hear people celebrating his death or any death or see someone in a position of influence, callous comments, I'm disgusted. Is this the people that they're educating our children? And when I see, and this is what it really gets me, when I see healthcare professionals, people who are supposed to embody compassion, doing the same, it's just heartbreaking. If you're a healthcare provider and have no compassion, respect, and understanding towards life, then you need to find another profession. You guys made a promise that you were going to help people. These are the comments that you get. How do you treat your patients? What if somebody comes and you don't like them? Are they less human than someone that is nice and funny? I just don't understand it. What you put on social media matters, you guys. No patient in their right mind will put their life in your hands after they hear you sharing the death. Tell me, did you even think before you put that thing out there? Honestly, if you don't do it for yourself, at least do it for your patients. How the heck are they going to trust you? Tell me how. We don't have to agree with each other. In fact, disagreement is part of life. We disagree with people all the time. We disagree with our own children. But disagreement should never erase humanity. I see this in my career. I have treated patients from every background with every kind of attitudes. Some are polite, some are rude, some coming in smiling, and others coming angry or afraid. But at the end of the day, they are still human beings. They still deserve care. They still deserve respect. When we lose respect for each other, when we allow hate to take its place, it does more than dividing us. It chips away at the very foundation of our communities. Just think about your own life. Maybe it's a family member whose politics drive you crazy. Maybe it's a co-worker who sees the world differently. You can disagree, you can debate, you can even be frustrated. But when you dehumanize them, when you say their life doesn't matter because of their views, you have crossed a line. And when our kids see that line being crossed again and again, what lesson are they learning? That respect is optional, that compassion is conditional, that hate is normal. That is terrifying. As a healthcare professional, I can't tell you how many times compassion has made the difference. I have had patients sit in my chair shaking with fear, shame of their mouth, convinced they're being judged. And with a little bit of kindness, a little respect, I have seen that fear turn into trust. That is what compassion does. It transforms an experience. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine a patient who comes in vulnerable and scared, and the professional they trust shows them judgment, cruelty, or even celebrates harm. What message does that send? That's why it shook me to my core to see healthcare professionals. And I think that this is what it really bothers me the most. And this is what it really, really was tormenting me for several days. Healthcare professional, guys, the same people that swore they were going to help you and heal you, the very people that the embodiment of care, celebrating someone's death. If we lose compassion in healthcare, then what are we left with? It is not about cleaning teeth, doing restorations, prescribing medications. It is about human beings caring for human beings. And compassion is not optional, it's the foundation. And this is everywhere, but especially in healthcare. This is what keeps me up at night, you guys. The impact on our kids. Yeah, you have kids, you might not have them now, but one day you might. They're growing up with violence. They're growing up with violence on their screens, normalized. They're growing up seeing adults mock and cheer when someone is killed. They're seeing leaders, deans, professionals act without compassion. What kind of example are we setting? What kind of world are we leaving them? If we keep normalizing hate, if we keep cheering for that, then we are handing our kids a colder, harsher, and more divided world than the one we inherit. Can you imagine that? Because I told you what, the world that we're living on right now is getting pretty bad, you guys. And it's up to all of us to stand up and say enough is enough. Disagreements are okay. Respectful disagreements. We owe this to our children. We owe them better. We owe them kindness. We owe them examples of how to disagree with respect, of how to stand firm in our values without dehumanizing others. We owe them compassion. So here's my message. Respect one another. Lead with compassion. Stop celebrating hate. We will never all agree. Never. That's the reality. But disagreement should never erase humanity. My challenge for you is this. The next time you come across someone whose views completely clash with yours, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, can I separate the opinion from the person? Can I still show respect even if I disagree? Because if we each start making that choice, even in small ways, we will shift the culture. We set a different example for our kids. We build a different kind of world. I know, it is kind of heavy today, you guys. I had to share it with all of you. This is how I feel, I just fell into this really, really dark place. And there is no need for all of this. No need. We can all make a difference. Just do it for our children. Think about that person that you might disagree with. See how many disagreements you have. Gosh, even throughout the day, imagine throughout your lifetime. We're going to have many. But we cannot dehumanize that person. We have to respect that person for what they are, with all their flaws and all. Okay? So, thank you for letting me share my heart with you today. Thank you for listening. If this resonates with you, please share it. Not for clicks or numbers, but because voices of respect matter. And the more that you put out there, the better we're going to act. Share your own voice. It matters. Be compassionate. Do it for you. Do it for our kids, our communities, our world. They deserve it. And one of the things that I'm going to leave you with today, when you get home, Grab your spouse, your kids, anybody that is there, your family, your mom, your dad, your siblings. Give them a big hug, kiss them, tell them that you love them. Because the truth is that you never know, okay? You never know if you're even going to see them again. And that is the reality of life. And that is without accounting for hatreds. That is just like part of a normal life, right? If your parents are overseas or they're away, call them. Tell them how much you love them. But I feel like this is a turning point. And this is a turning point when we have to say enough is enough. And for you guys, healthcare professionals, please, I beg you, come to your senses. Whatever political views you have or whatever you think is right or wrong, you are a healthcare provider. You're supposed to see humans with a different set of eyes, with a set of eyes of caring, okay, and helping. So anyway, I think that you have enough of me. And thank you for listening. And I will see you next week with a much lighter subject. Okay? Take care. I love you all. Bye now.